inflation data last week came in hotter than expected, yet the stock market rallied. The stock market doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Well, let me tell you something, guys. The stock market makes perfect sense as it stands from a technical analysis point of view. The levels that we've given you in last week's video, all of them were perfectly respected. Now we have a number of charts that we are watching, and this is what we're going to discuss in today's video, guys. We have a number of charts that are ready, they are coiling up, ready to break out, and we have a number of charts that have already broken out of their consolidation, guys. So make sure you watch until the end, because it's going to be a very important video, guys. We have a lot of economic news ahead of us that are crucial, and we have a lot of charts, as I've mentioned before, that are ready to or already broken out of their consolidation, guys. We have this we have the S&P 500 almost about to break this trend line here. This trend line has been great support for us, and if this breaks, guys, this is going to be huge. So this is something that we are watching to see whether this is going to break or not. And we have a number of gaps. Each line here are gaps that are still opened in the S&P 500, guys. And as you can see, we have a lot, guys, a lot of gaps to the downside that we are watching. Now, guys, what happened last week? And the levels that we've given you last week, guys, were perfectly respected. And if you did watch our video last week and you took advantage, well done to you. We smashed it last week. Now, let's see here. So last week, guys, we had the inflation data, and even though it came out higher than expected, the stock market rallied. Now, we did say last week that we have a number of things that we're watching. So we have this zone over here, and we said that this has acted as strong resistance in the past, and if price were to make it here, this will be a perfect opportunity for us to short, especially as we were above the upper expected move for the week. And guess what, guys, price came in perfectly there, just above the upper expected move for the week, came into our area here. This has acted as resistance, and then we had the massive, guys, a massive down move from there down to where, guys? Down to the other zone that we were talking about again in last week's videos. And this zone here has acted as strong support here, and again last week on Friday, actually. So now price is stuck between the two of them, guys. Now we also have something else here. We also have this line over here. Now, scalping students, you know exactly what that is. Now this here, guys, this has acted as support, and now is looking to act as resistance. So you want to be watching that zone here, guys. Very importantly, watch that zone, watch to see what the price makes it above this line over here. And if it fails to make it above there, and we go below our zone here, we close below, then our support is broken, and the first easy target, guys, will be this liquidity area right there. That's very clean, and I can see as price making it all the way down there in case we close below this area. Now, guys, before I go any further, if you do enjoy today's video, please give it a like. It does help us a lot, guys. And if you are new to our channel, please consider subscribing. We do bring out the latest stock market analysis outlook every single Monday morning, guys. Now let's go over to the economic news for the week before we go into more technical analysis. Now here, guys, we have the most important news of the week will be on Wednesday, guys, which where we have on Wednesday evening UK time, 7 p.m. UK time, we have the FOMC meeting, guys, and we also have the FOMC economic projections, the dot plot, guys. So for our students, make sure you watch the dot plot for any further announcements of what's going to happen in the future, guys. This is going to be crucial, guys, and everyone is waiting for this. Now the consensus is that the Fed will not raise interest rates. It will be exactly as before. Okay, now if the Fed surprisingly comes in and raises interest rates, then that will be a shocker for the market. I think that's very unlikely to happen. The thing to watch here will be the economic projections. Are they going to hold interest rates higher for longer, or are they planning to reduce their interest rates soon? So that's something to watch over there, guys. Now let's carry on with more technical analysis and go back here to the S&P 500, guys. Now on here we have, as I previously mentioned, we have this area here that's acting as support, and we have resistance over here. So in case we drop back below here, guys, okay, then I'll be looking at this area here for liquidity to be grabbed. If we go up higher, guys, then I will look at this line here to act as support, and for price to make it all the way back here. This will be a first take profit, and the second take profit, guys, will be all the way up here. Now if price for any reason make it all the way back up here, guys, again, watch this zone here. Will be above the upper expected move for the week, and will be right at the right at this zone here, which is acting as resistance. If this is broken here, guys, look at our lightning bolt for this to break, act as support, and then go up higher to take up some liquidity. And guys, when do we turn fully short on this? Well, look at this here, guys. It is very important. So if we do break down this week, then right at the lower expected move for the week, guys, we have our 20-week EMA, and this is crucial, guys. If we manage to close below that, the next point of support will be the 50-week EMA. So that's going to be crucial. However, this may act as nice support for price to go up higher. One thing to note here, guys, if we do break it, make it lower, and we do close below that, then at that point we'll have a break of structure here, guys, on the weekly time frame. And if that is to happen, guys, then I can see us targeting more of those liquidity areas at the bottom there. So that will be quite significant. So very, very significant week for the stock market for sure, guys. Next, we have Apple here, guys. Now Apple, we talked about it last week. I said that we have a gap here, and the more this gap is left open, the bearish this chart becomes. And guess what, guys? They were unable to fill this gap last week. iPhone 15 came out, and as you can see, as you did see at the beginning of the video, guess what? There is nothing new with it, okay? Innovation has disappeared. There is no, I don't know what they're spending the money on, but they're definitely not spending the money on research and development. It looks like they're spending the money on buying back shares, because they know that the products are about to die soon. Okay, so that seems to be the case there. Now, guys, if we are unable to close this gap this week, then I can see us going down furthermore back to this out to our trend line here. This will be the first level that I'm watching, guys. Okay, back right here. If we do make it back above, then the liquidity resting above there will be a target for sure. Next, guys, we have the UK 100, and guys, as I mentioned before, some charts have already broken out. Well, guess what? We had this narrowing channel here, and we've managed to break back above this, guys. This is crucial here. Now we've managed to clear the liquidity that is resting above here. Okay, so that was the first target. Now, guys, this is going to be very important here, because if price is going to come and clear that liquidity first, then a retest here may not necessarily hold, and we may go down all the way back to this trend line here. However, if we are unable to, if we come back to retest this quickly here, something like this, then I'm looking for this trend line here to hold, and then for us to go and clear that liquidity. That will be the second scenario that we're looking at, guys. But this has played out perfectly. we did left out a lot of liquidity here, so at some point I can see price going back and clearing that, but this has definitely broken out, guys. So more upside is definitely on the cards here. Next chart is the DAX, and guys, the DAX has played out perfectly. Everything that we've given you last week, guys, has played out perfectly. So let's go and see what actually happened last week. So last week I was discussing about this zone over here acting as strong support for price. Support. And guess what? Last week it was again crazy support, strong support, and strong support again. So some nice trades taken from this area here, guys, perfectly. We had this zone here which acted as support, then resistance, and guess what? That resistance was broken. And as that resistance was broken, it went all the way back up to clear this liquidity, but most importantly that liquidity over there, guys, and into our zone here perfectly. Resistance, and then we've broken out. Now guys, this is crucial here. What happened today is crucial because we went back below this zone over here, back below, tested back at resistance, and now we are breaking down. Now as we are breaking down, the first level of take profit I'm looking at will be this zone over here, guys. If we manage to get all the way down here, okay, watch to see if this holds our support. If we break down below, then guys, this is the area, the most important area that we're watching is this one here. If we break below that, guys, then there's more downside to come for sure. Remember, Germany is officially in a recession, guys, yet the DAX in Germany is close to all-time high, so it's going to hit it at some point, guys. Okay, it's going to hit it, and it's going to hit it hard, so be careful buying at the top. When do you want to be bullish? Well, I would be bullish here if we manage to hold this for a nice short-term upside here, short-term trade. And definitely if we break back above this, then I'll be targeting the next liquidity area for sure. Now guys, if we look at the weekly here, this is very important. We've got the 20-week EMA resistance. It keeps acting as resistance here. So as long as the price is stuck between the 20-week and the 50-week EMA here. So you want to see where do we see a proper breakout, above or below that. That's going to be crucial here, guys. Until that happens, okay, short-term trading, that's what we are focusing on for now. Next, guys, we have the Dow Jones here. Now guys, we talked about this line over here acting as strong support. Our scalping students know exactly what that is. Well, guess what? That was resistance, and last week that was again resistance, guys. Now price is stuck between our zone over here and this trend line. Which way is it going to break? Now this is very important, guys, so you want to be watching this and see where do we break. Do we break below? If we break below, look for a retest, and then for price to go and clear some liquidity here. To be honest, the one I'm watching is this one all the way down here. See how clean that is, guys. Okay, so I would like for price to potentially make it all the way down here as a long-term target. If we break back above here, guys, I will look at this zone here to act as support, so resistance, then support, and then go and target the liquidity all the way up there, guys. So price is stuck here, ready to break. Where is it going to break? We have to be watching this week and see. From an hourly perspective, guys, we do have this target over here, guys, as support here. So we have this area here that's acted as support, and potentially more support here. So you want to see that here. If we break down below, the next area I'm interested in is this line over here. This has acted as nice support, is going to act as support again here, guys. Okay, so that's going to be crucial for sure. When do we turn bullish, guys? Well, if we, as I've mentioned, on a daily, if we break back above that zone that we have just mentioned. Next, guys, we have US 100 here, guys, and US 100 has played out perfectly, guys. We had a number of zones that we were watching last week. Price went all the way up, cleared that liquidity. We had this zone here acting as support, but guess what? The support was acting as resistance. Resistance was broken, came back as support, and then went up all the way up to clear that liquidity. Now guys, and we also have this zone over here that we're watching. So that zone acted as support and then potentially as resistance in the future. Now price is stuck here. It's not stuck, but we had a strong move down, and now price, this line here is acting as resistance for us. So we want to be watching here is where the price can go back and close above it. Then if we do close above it, we want this line to act as support, and the next target will be this one here. This will be the next resistance area that we have. If price is unable to close above this line, guys, then I can see us going down to take more liquidity at the bottom there, guys. And the liquidity that we are targeting will be all the way down here, sitting at 14,711. Guys, if we do make it above here, okay, this is going to be important. So if we do make it all the way back above here, then watch this gap here acting as support or resistance. So this is acting as nice resistance. If price makes it all the way back here, is it going to be resistance again? That's going to be very important to watch. If we break this resistance, look for a retest and then all the way back up to take that liquidity, guys. Okay, the overall target will be the liquidity resting below here if we do see a move lower, guys. Next, guys, we have the VIX. Now the VIX has struggled big time here. Now is looking like it's ready to break all the way back up, guys. Now the last week we've managed to fill all the gaps, guys, and that was the most important thing that we see last week. Price has managed, we had two gaps here, or actually we had one gap, one big gap here. Price has managed to fill that in, and now it's looking ready to break up. The things that we're watching here, guys, we did open with a gap today, so we want to see if this gap gets closed. However, we want to be seeing whether price can make it all the way back above 15. Last week we had an attempt. We make it. We did go and close above 15. However, a couple of hours later we were back below 15 marker. This week we are watching, can we close back above 15? Perhaps test this back in as support and then go. If that happens, guys, those levels in the S&P 500 that we just mentioned, watch them very closely, guys. Okay, it's going to be huge. If VIX will break down in again, watch for this gap fill and what happens after that. If we fill the gap and then rally, then that means this is ready to go back above. And if we don't, then we may see more volatility being suppressed here, guys. I'm looking at this 20 marker here. I want this. I mean, it has been a while since the end of May when we've seen volatility at 20, guys. Okay, so any bad news, any catalyst will bring this. We'll see a big spike in the VIX. So far, we're not seeing that, guys. Okay. However, we are starting to build positive divergences here, which is a bullish sign. Next, guys, we have DXY, and guys, this has played out perfectly, guys, perfectly right there. I talked about last week about this gap, and I said that I'm looking for price to whether see this gap can act as resistance, and if resistance is broken, will it act as support? But guess what, guys? Acted as resistance in the first attempt, then it came back lower, and then the second time it broke above. Now it's looking to act as support. Watch this very closely, guys. If this area here is going to hold as support, then we are going higher here, and we have liquidity resting above here and above here. If we close back below this gap, guys, watch for this to act as resistance, and off we go to clear some more liquidity zones there. Okay, so these are the two things that I'm watching for now, guys. Next we have gold, and gold is coiling up, ready to break, guys. We do have this narrowing channel here, and we do have this zone here as well. But guess what? It's looking like it's going to break. Where it's very difficult to say. Any move can just go up and down here, but it's going to break soon. So watch this, guys. If it breaks back above, look for potential retest and then for us to go up higher. Be careful of any fake breaks above or below. However, guys, this is going to be very important. If we do break down below here, guys, I'll be looking at price to also close down below this zone here, and then I'll be looking for a retest and then to get in right there, guys, to clear some liquidity. If you break up above, then I'll be looking for potential retest or and get in to go and target this liquidity area right there, guys. And lastly, guys, we have Bitcoin, and in Bitcoin there's nothing going on at the moment. We do have our zones here, resistance there, and we've got this liquidity area sitting right below, well, right at 24,000 or just below 24,000. That's pretty much what's going on here. Nothing to discuss. Bitcoin is not really, there's no liquidity injected in here whatsoever. So we have to wait and see what happens next. That's pretty much it from me, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you do enjoy our content, please feel free to go and visit our website, mcitradingacademy.co.uk. You can find out more about the trading courses we offer, and you can also join our free Discord community. Thank you very much, guys, and I hope you have a great trading week there.